Guns. Excuse me. I mean mid to long range weapons. We all love them to some extent. They are really pieces of weaponsmithing after all. But not the ones I will be covering today. This is Lazy and I will give you some insight into some of the weirdest weapons wielded by the German soldiers in the Second World War. Let's start off with the one and only MP38, the Gerät Neumünster. This basically one-to-one Sten copy came to be after the German army acquired quite a few of the British Sten guns. The Nazis, of course, did deem them inferior to the German weaponry, and only were forced to use them after the weapon shortage of 1943, and after Mauser basically reverse engineered it to make its own version, basically a one-to-one copy. But that's only the case for the Gerät Potsdam, which was the predecessor to the Gerät Neumünster. The Gerät Neumünster though had a very big difference. That being the magazine is now located at the bottom of the gun and not on the side. Also, funny thing with the Gerät Potsdam and the MP3008 is that they are both copies of the Sten, of which the Sten is a simplified copy of the Lanchester, which is a British copy of the MP38. So the Germans copied a copy of their own design. Building these guns also was quite something. It took 30 different suppliers and 14 different companies to build these things. The MP41 is an uncommon but important German weapon of World War II, used in small numbers by the Waffen-SS, SS-SD, Luftwaffe and Romanian troops. This particular engineering marvel was produced by the firm called Hanel, who were previously asked to help development on the MP40, one little more well-known German gun. The chief weapons designer Hugo Schmeisser just basically took an MP40 and slapped a new stock on it made out of wood. They also added the capability to allow for single fire or full auto fire. Though this weapon suffered minimal production due to the legal actions pursued by ERMA, the firm responsible for the MP40, which is not a big surprise considering nothing changed and they just basically stole the design. The wooden stocks were purchased by the Romanian military as well as some specialized Luftwaffe units and the SS, where according to some sources it was popular with field units of the infamous Sicherheitsdienst SD of Reinhard Heinrich. There is a common assumption that the MP41 was not used much in the war, but that is not really correct. The MP41 was used rather extensively in the war, though there are not many images of it due to its low numbers, and its striking similarity to the MP40, which may have led to some confusion and mislabeling. Up next, this explosive innovation finally made it possible to play dodgeball on the front lines. We all know the infamous German equivalent to the Russian RPG or the North American bazooka, the panzerfaust. So imagine those, but as a throwable, with fins, which can be retracted for transport. So since this is a heat warhead, it needs to hit the armor ideally at a 90-degree angle to be effective. Not too difficult if you fire it out of a rocket launcher. But throwing it, yeah, good luck with that. There was also a long and more stable version of the Panzerwurfmine, as it's called. It had a long rod at the end of it, which deploys while in motion to stabilize the warhead even more. Well, what do I say to this? It's a single-use flamethrower. Of course, there's more to this thing than just being single-use. This little thing was able to be mass-produced to a degree of there being at least 30,700 in the whole war. These gas-filled canisters shot a flame for like half a second up to 27 meters far. That's about the height of the whole AC arch. The scent flame reached up to 1500 degrees Celsius or 1000 to 2700 degrees in the cheeseburger temperature. This flamethrower was used by ground troops as well as the Fallschirmjäger. the German paratroopers. The Einstoßflammenwerfer was inspired by the Italian, and excuse my pronunciation, Lanciafiamme Molt 41 d'Assalto. Thank you all so much for watching, and special thanks to Mr. Tablesize from Tablesize Productions. He provided me with most of the information you heard in this video, and he also gave me the idea to even make it. So I want all of you to check out his channel and his version of this video, because this is part 2 after all, and yeah, his part 1 is on his channel, so check it out. Until next time, this has been the Lazy German Guy, and I wish all of you a good night.